Hello, this is Alex Boyle from the Boyle Green Consultancy Company. Today what I want to talk to you about is if you continue to live the green lifestyle or even start doing it, what sort of benefits and rewards will you gain from doing it? Because a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, what's the motives for going green? Like, why would you want to go green in the first place? Well, I'll tell you. If you start consuming less, for example turning off lights, this reduces your electricity bill, taking showers instead of baths, recycling your grey water also reduces the water bill, growing your own fruit and vegetables in a greener garden is much cheaper than buying them from the shop. Walking, cycling and using public transport is much cheaper than running a car. Recycling and reusing your home appliances and clothes saves a lot of money. Being green can also mean being profitable as well. It's becoming increasingly clear to many businesses that the more positive their contribution to the environmental movement and to the community, the more likely they're going to find loyal customers and make more money. Customers no longer tolerate firms that damage the environment by pumping toxic chemicals into nearby rivers, killing fish and harming the environment. Increasingly they want to know that they're buying goods from producers who don't waste the Earth's natural resources and who pay the workers fair wages. And they also give them decent working conditions. It can take a while for companies to realise what the customers want and become greener and more ethical traders, but some short-term financial pain will ultimately bring long-term gain. Regulations are also going to be stricter when it comes to business and environmental impact they have, so firms should do well to follow the best practice in their industry and stay ahead of the game. This economic realization grows as more people support those businesses that are ethically and responsibly minded. Ways in which you can encourage businesses to go greener include buying products from green and ethical firms, investing your money into ethical firms, boycotting those companies that continue to compromise the planet's long-term future, especially those companies that spend money on some environmental and social initiatives while continuing to be involved in unsustainable industries. Living a green lifestyle also keeps you healthy. Walking and cycling instead of using a car is a great way of getting essential exercise when you're working for long hours and are too busy to go to the gym. The more people that stop using the cars, the less smog and pollution there's going to be, and it can also stop you from developing such conditions such as asthma and reduce your possibility of having a heart attack. There's no scientific proof that organic food is better for you, but if you buy organic fresh food, it is produced using fewer chemicals, and chemicals are always bad. Outfitting and decorating your home with natural products reduces the amount of toxic chemicals that you breathe in. We should also try and leave a legacy for future generations. If all humans beings consuming the planet's resources at the same rate as Americans, it would take 6 planets to support everyone. As countries' economies are continually growing, their populations get richer, and what people in the West have, such as cars, air travel, gadgets, plentiful good food. But one planet simply cannot cope with this long term. If you want to have anything left on the planet for your future generations to look at and actually use, we have to act now. Rising sea levels resulting from warmer seas melting the polar ice caps will result in the loss of land, with smaller islands disappearing first and then possibly the whole coastal regions. Stronger storms and floods may wipe out large communities in their path. Increasing flooding due to rising sea levels will wipe out prime low-lying agricultural land, which places greater pressure on existing areas to mass-produce food. Increased mass production of food could lead to lower quality foods and have major health implications on the population. Changing ecosystems may result in new viruses continuing to be introduced into largely populated areas, and existing dry areas will become drier, further reducing the water supply to urban areas and limiting agricultural production in rural areas. In developing nations, this would result in increasing levels of poverty. So we should start embracing the green culture as a community and as a society. If we all do our bit, we will save the world. Thank you all very much for listening, and this has been Alex Boyle from the Boyle Green Consultancy Company.